That video of my younger self is always going to be significant of me. I'm so happy I started a YouTube channel when I was 14, 15, something like that. It's interesting how from that moment onward of investing into myself, like I could have bought a car. I think it was like $2,200 I had at the time. And I could have invested into a car when I was working at Forever 21. But I ended up investing into my mixtape. And even when people used to laugh when I used to rap my verses, I had this remix to Kanye West's Mercy. Well, Ye's Mercy, that's his name now, Ye. I always wanted to fulfill something. I always wanted to do something. I always wanted to achieve something. When I look backwards at that video, I see my inner 18-year-old, 19-year-old self. You know, it's the first time I was making a project, first time I was doing something, the first time I was making courses, the first time I was trying to find beats, find different things, and how to maneuver things and such. And it's the memories of when I used to work with, shout out to Scotty, my first mix engineer ever. He changed my life 100%. But I'm so happy that I took the time out to believe in myself. You know, people always have this thing about themselves like, oh yeah, I always wanted to be a rapper. Like for me, I don't only wanted to be a rapper, I wanted to be the biggest, most influential artist of all time, to the point where, you know, there's women out there who I either curved me or I grew up with around the time when I used to rap bars to the people, and motherfuckers wouldn't pay me no mind. And looking at those old videos, the raps I'm rapping it makes me cringe, but you can see the passion. I was always dead ass serious compared to a lot of my colleagues, friends at the time, who niggas wasn't about to die. Niggas was not trying to really put in the work. I was always trying to put in the work. I have endless notebooks. I still got it. It's in one of the cases in my boxes. My first raps. My first, always serious. I had a list of beats I was gonna rap on. I had a list of things. And a lot of times no one took me seriously, but my older brother did. And then initially my whole family took me seriously. Learned through all my journey and my trials and tribulations. This corny thing, that shit. Throughout my journey, you can't create the one. You gotta have it. My dad used to teach me and my teach me and my younger siblings about discipline, dedication, work ethic. You know, excellence is the bare minimum. So that's how I approach these raps. Niggas be playing games with this shit and I don't. You know, I'm silly and all whatnot, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'll take your bitch. And still be myself. And I'll rap and make these beats and such as well. That's why a lot of times, like, you know, I do have a very gentle face. People be like, oh, you're a very happy-spirited person. I'm like, yeah. And then the juxtaposition of me saying, you know, I don't trust these yellow teeth niggas, which I don't. If you don't brush your teeth, nigga, that means you don't wash your hands. So I think a lot of times, when it gets to things, people don't want to excel. People don't want to go. Like for me right now, I'm about to turn 33. At the time of this video, I'm about to turn 33 next week, right? And a lot of people would be like, you look mad young. And I tell people, like, it's the genes, I swear. And my optimism, it's the genes and the optimism. And one, I'm really lucky. But I always sort out fulfillment. There's a lot of people out there who are supportive now, but there's only a select few who believed in me from the get-go, even from my LA era onward, you know? And I can shout everybody out. I tag everybody who's believed in me from the get-go, you know what I mean? From the jump, and also from my LA era to the jump, you know what I mean? A lot of times with a lot of future collaborators and future creatives, people don't be, you know, taking shit as seriously as I, would want them to. People would always tell me, like, what they would do. They would make suggestions and whatnot. But then once I started following suit with the in-game plan I've always made, then everybody suddenly comes clapping around. I'm like, I always knew he would do it. Like, nigga, no. You niggas did not believe from the jump. I'm making this video for myself. This is not for anyone else. This is not for likes, etc., etc. This is for reminding my future self. Yo, Alex, from my past shit. Hey, Alex, from your past self. Made this happen. And I remember I remember one of my ex-girlfriends would ask me, if you was with me and you had kids with me, would you be happy? And I told her at the time I would be happy having kids with you and being with you, but it wouldn't give me fulfillment. Follow that fulfillment. Music gives me fulfillment. People around me, I'm thinking of melodies, I'm thinking of raps, I'm thinking of song structuring. And it's interesting because people always around me is like, man, it's always about the music. I'm like, which it is. Like, my life revolves around essentially the same thing I've been doing since I was 14, since I was a kid, since I was a teenager, you know? I've always studied everything. I studied everything like it was I got my PhD in this shit, you know what I mean? When I turned 34, complete my 10,000 hours. That's 20 years in the making, yo. Like, it went from people in high school dissing me, like literally dissing me, saying I was trash, rapping bars in geometry, and failing geometry. Now it's like when people hear my music, they're like, whoa, like, don't forget about the little people. And I'm like, well, stay in contact. It's that dichotomy and that switch up, but nobody saw the hours of my mom watching me destroy myself working on music, passing out in the chair up until 3 in the morning every night, even on school nights, to get these raps in. Me falling asleep in English class because I had this old currency song stuck in my head, and I was trying to figure out, like, okay, how the hell did they do that? Me being in one of my computer classes, and they're trying to figure out, I'm singing that Jay-Z Ye song called Haters, Haters, and it's interesting because it never stopped, you know what I mean? Even when I would be on dating apps and stuff, like, I would tell chicks who I was interested in, I'm like, yo, check out this verse. And I would tell my therapist, I'm like, it's funny because anytime I think I'm making a pivot in my life and not being intentional and focused with the music, it's always, it's always like this. I'm still going upward, you know what I mean? It's always an upward motion. And a lot of times, people from the internships I've done, like, everybody would always point, like, why would you do this? Why would you do that? I'm like, everything is a learning. I always looked at everything as a learning experience. I never looked at anything as a wasted time. You know what I mean? From all the different bus routes, the train routes, to the different girlfriends, to all these different things. You know what I mean? Like, now, like, shout out to my homie Lucci, I'm making this heat off my phone, bro. I'm making this heat off my phone. There is no... And I hate when niggas would say, like, oh, there's just no excuse. There is, because if you can't be broke and think about music. Like, you gotta eat. Like my dad was telling you, like, you need to eat. But once you have your priorities on point, like, you gotta eat, breathe. You gotta eat, live, and breathe this shit. You know what I mean? To the point where I'm really blessed and fortunate that mentally I'm able to keep up with talking to women, to be into fashion, to being a very social person. Because typically some musicians, them niggas is not social. You know what I mean? Luckily, I'm a people person. You know what I mean? I have best of both worlds. But I never chase validation or chase objects, chase people, chase jewelry. I always, like, what does my inner 14-year self, what would he think about this? What would my 18-year self think about this? The nigga who's in the video, you know? I was 20 years old at the time. No, when I released that mixtape. Some, people find that shit when I blow up. And when I said in the video, hopefully, I don't like that shit. Like, no, I will. I had to change that mentality because a lot of times, a lot of people around me at the time couldn't magnify the degree of, I'm aiming for something that's like 0.0000000000001% who make it, and not only make it, but continues to succeed and build a legacy, which is like Mike Tyson said, like, this legacy is pointless. You know what I mean? But something that you have a career in, and such and such. And a lot of times, no matter when I was in rap groups, solo again, or being an executive producer for somebody, or being a producer for somebody, people wouldn't recognize that, like, nigga, I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I've always known what I was doing. And I think a lot of times, when I would showcase my ideas to people, it was never about, I'll take suggestions and stuff sometimes, but it's like that's a small percentage. Because most of the time, like, I know my shit. Like, I'm the illest motherfucker alive. Like that Ye and Jay-Z song said, 1985 Lamborghini Countach. Long story short, I've been appreciating everything you guys have been showcasing and really being appreciative of music. Seeing my numbers go up, just even the visibility. Like, it's not even about the likes anymore. It's just more about, like, it feels good knowing that motherfuckers is knowing that, like, I've always been heat. You know, it's nice getting that, like, oh shit, you know, reaction from people. But that's why, like, you know, you hear my producer tag, goddamn. Like, that shit's, like, everything is intentional with what I do. The bars, the flows. And, like, and niggas be asking me, like, what do you rap about? I'm like, bro, I rap about my life. Like, everything in my raps is not capped at all. You know what I mean? A lot of times people want to live these personas. I'm like, nah, bro, there's no persona to me, man. You know? No personas at all. Like, everything is real cap. It's like majority of my followers, majority of my followers, like, almost like maybe unless like maybe 400. I mean, not 400. Unless like 40 people or whatever. I shook hands, and like Jalen Rose says, I champagne campaign to get to myself at this point. And this is only the beginning, man. This is only the beginning. And I know people who are like around me be like, you always been singing, da 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 da. And it's like, no, bro. Like, this is like it's coming. Like, the shit I'm making, I'm dead ass serious. Like, when you see my face, like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, I'm smiling in the video now. It's 20 when I just turned 20. Now, deadpan, because I know I'm coming with the heat. And I'm better than all you niggas. And that's not coming from a place of arrogance. Confidence, arrogance, all the same. Because I know I can back it up. My arm says making these announcements, but, bro, I'm making announcements because I'm confident in myself. I'm so confident where I can challenge anybody. Raps, beats, I got that heat. And I don't care if it's about loops, melodies, blah, blah, blah. What sounds good at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Is that shit fire? Is that gonna make the titties bounce? Is that gonna make niggas go, Or is niggas gonna send that white boy meme and it's like, You know? So, but yeah, just wanted to get on here, talk my shit, and to remind my future self, fuck those critics, fuck individuals who've never been in your same shoes, and to the niggas and people who don't co-sign me, I'm always gonna have the last laugh. Cause what's my tattoo on my arm say? It's like that Ye interview. Hopefully I gotta change that angle, but it says king, cause one, I'm the illest of all time. Plus, old ways don't open new doors. And speaking into existence, the universe is listening. I got this shit on my skin, fam. Like, I'm been about this shit. And niggas think I'm playing? Niggas really think I'm playing. Watch. I'm gonna make it happen. And people gonna be like, what's happening? What's going on? I already can hear it in my head of people, like, you know, doubting because of a certain timeline or whatever. Like, I'm on my own timeline. Divine type of timing, you know? And I've learned to just relax, you know? But yeah, no, it's coming. You know what I mean? Word to Lucci. Word to Hayes. Word to Elton. Word to Josh. Word to Eric, man. And shout out to anybody who have continuously helped me. Not in the bright moments like this, but in the dark periods when there's nothing happening. To the point where, you know, all these individuals I name is there. Shout out to my homie Lance, where nigga doesn't have an IG to work with, you know. I'm in a time and place in my life where I'm going for it, man. I've already, like, kids, wife, house, fuck all that shit, nigga. I'm trying to get this Grammy. And I'm trying to get multiple Grammys. I'm trying to get that Grammy to put on my mom's shelf. And at that point, then I could die. Because it's all about fulfillment for me. Because once I do that, I'm like, alright, well, I already proved it to myself. And people will be like, but that's getting validation. It's like, well, yeah, bro. You aspire for, it's a sport. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, let's say you play basketball, right? Of course, you're going to love it. But, like, nigga, you want that chip. You want that championship. Because it's human nature, man. We want to stun on niggas. Maybe that's my personality. But I'm flexing on you niggas. And it doesn't come from an insecure place because I'm just that nigga. And I 100% believe in that. That's all I wanted to say. Get shit off my chest. The next single up is me and my homie Hayes. So, U.S. collaboration with Canada, Toronto level, LA level. And I'm killing this shit, man. Like, nigga, what? Like, y'all niggas ain't got shit on me. Okay, and in the time being, I'm about to go follow some more beautiful bitches and slide in. So, into the DMs, like, skirt! Alright, time to end this bitch.